Here's what I've learned after 1 year of trading. We're 1 year in and feels like we're 5 years in, just based off of what it takes to stay consistent with this, stay consistent with the craft. This is definitely a everyday battle. The everyday choices you make decide the outcome. Um, not not just one big trade or one big loss or one big win. That doesn't decide um, the outcome. The outcome is the decisions you make on a daily basis, and that decides where you're going to be in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Is what you decide to do every day. Are you choosing to overtrade, over leverage on a daily basis, or are you capitalizing on those disciplined thoughts that profitable traders capitalize on? Like, oh, maybe I shouldn't trade today. The market looks really choppy right now. Maybe I shouldn't trade today and just shut the charts. Are you capitalizing on those thoughts, or are you capitalizing on, oh, I need to make money today, so let me force a trade? So those small decisions build up. That's what builds up a good, profitable, disciplined trader is listening to the right thoughts in your head, not letting the bad thoughts in your head win. But yeah, so um, for my journey personally, 1 year of trading. This has been a insane journey to say the least. But trading has given me a mission, and it's given me something I can get 1% better every day at. So I'll give you a small summary of where we were at last year to where we're at now. I started learning from TJR Trades, and I took like a 3 month course. I did like a 3 month course, and during those 3 months, I learned the basics of trading. I learned strategy. I learned psychology, mindset, and I learned that most of this trading, most of this trading stuff is literally all psychological. It's all psychological. The strategy was probably the easiest thing to learn, but learning how to cut off bad habits, replacing bad habits, and staying disciplined, or keeping yourself off the charts. That's more hard than learning the strategy. Anybody you can tell me anybody's strategy. I can tell you anyone's strategy in like literally 10 seconds. The strategy is profitable, but you're not. The strategy can be profitable, but you're not disciplined, or you have really bad impulse control, then it's like handing a knife to a toddler. It's it's dangerous. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to use it correctly because you get caught up in the losses, or you get caught up in greed, or you get scared of losing the account. You know? So learning how to use the strategy and use trading as a tool is the most important part. This year was a really good year in terms of psychology and trading. Um, you'll see on some of my other videos, I literally have like 3 videos, maybe 2 or 3 videos. Literally, the title is I Lost Everything. Literally, the title is I Blew All My Accounts, or I Lost Everything. And it's really, in the moment, it really feels like that. But in hindsight, it's part of the process. In hindsight, it's part of the process. Sometimes it can feel like, oh yeah, I blew all these accounts. It sucks. I keep doing this. But in reality, all you have to do is learn from that mistake and move forward. And sometimes we beat ourselves up more than we have to, or we stay in a cycle longer than we have to, um, just because of emotion. And it could be an emotion or situation or stress, but in hindsight, it's part of the process. The best traders in the world have gone through the exact same situations that you guys go through, that I've gone through. And what makes them really good is they didn't quit. That's literally all it takes is how fast can you learn from your mistake? How fast can you move forward after blowing your accounts? And that doesn't mean after you blow an account, you just buy another one and keep doing the same thing. How fast can you learn from blowing an account? How fast can you allow yourself to make the switch from thinking like an unprofitable trader to thinking like a profitable trader? Do you think a profitable trader is trading every day? No. When my mentor first told me that it takes 1 to 2 years to become a profitable trader, or to even see your first payout, that extremely threw me off. When you actually think about it, people pay thousands of dollars to go to college, and they don't see any money until they get a job, and they go into debt just to make like $50,000 to $100,000 a year. And if you think about it, why would you not invest in yourself? One, to learn a high value skill. Um, this is a skill that once you do get good at it, it might take some time, but anything in life that's good takes time. We all know that. So why would you not start sooner rather than later and just get on the path? Just get on the path before you're like contemplating it, or you're in analysis paralysis, or you literally miss the opportunity. If you want to bet on yourself and learn a high income skill, and you want to do it the right way, then backtest and paper trade for 3 to 6 months at least before you buy a funded account. And even if you're on funded accounts right now and you started off on funded accounts and you keep blowing them, just get off them and go paper trade. If you can become the person that learned from other people's mistakes, you will be such a good trader, and you will be profitable so much faster than other people if you can just literally learn from other people's mistakes, and you can put your ego aside and just listen when someone tells you to back test or paper trade for 3 months. But I recommend just anyone to get into trading. Definitely not. Trading isn't for most people. 80% of people who start trading fall off within the first year. Within the first 3 months. The first 3 months of people who start out trading, like 80% of people just they can't do it. If you are a person that can bet on yourself and you can drag yourself out of the undisciplined hole, and you can change your life for the better in your head, um, this is something I'd recommend to a person that needs a mission, that needs a purpose to not just keep going, but to stay motivated. It's been ups and downs throughout my 1 year journey, but we made it out. We're still in it, by the way, but we made it out this first year pretty good. And I definitely could have gone harder this year. I definitely could have done more. I could have been more disciplined. I could have blown less accounts. Um, but in all, it was a really good year, um, with all the setbacks too. I had a bunch of setbacks, and still I would not want it. any other way, because you learn so much, not just from setbacks, but from being humbled. If you just won every trade, you wouldn't learn anything. If you just passed every account, you wouldn't learn anything. But yeah, um, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys have any questions about trading, please let me know. But may God be with you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.